Ladies and gentlemen, it is February 4th, 2014. You're listening to FAWMtalk. I'm your host, Ianuarius, and with me, as always, the wonderful, excellent TC Elliott. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great for being this tired, but happy to be here and glad we have our first FAWMtalk on the air.
Man, I wish I could feel sorry for you.
I know you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's worth it.
It should be, yes. So, I think we're live. I'm still kind of learning the reins of this YouTube thing, but it seems to be running fairly well. I just hope people are seeing what we're seeing, or rather hearing.
Right. Well, don't worry. If it's not working properly, we're all going to blame you.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, let me start off by telling you a story. Once upon a time, in the year 2011, there was a man, and he was just trying to make his way in the world. He was a musician, you see, musician. And he wasn't really lacking in inspiration, but he was lacking in motivation. So one day he was roaming through the sites on the internet and happened to stumble upon this magnificent place. Oh, listen, what I'm trying to say is FAWM really changed my life, because I really didn't. I had dabbled around with writing songs, did a little bit of this and that, and I was using Audacity at the time, which was a disaster. It was a okay program, but the thing was, if you happen to record more than a couple of instruments, or you want to pay attention to the production values at all, it wasn't happening.
Right.
So. Well, when was the first time you did FAWM?
My first year was in 2008.
2008, Jesus. That was a long time ago.
It's been a while, yeah. I actually stumbled across it on the internet somewhere before it started in the January of 2008, and it sounded like a great way to at least get an extra song. And before that, I had written songs, and I had some good songs, a couple of good songs, but it was like 3 or 4 a year that I would write, and maybe you'd get one good one out of it, It was one of those. And that first year, I listened to the songs that I wrote, and I cringe every time I listen. And I'll have to say a special thank you to Nancy Ross and Hoop Shank and Helen and a few others that really encouraged me. It wasn't total crap, but it was definitely encouraging to have people help out. And from that point on, I've been addicted to FAWM because every year I can hear either better songwriting or the possibility of better production. So
yes.
It's been a big difference for me as well, and 5090 as well. Both of the challenges together have been really important to me over the last 6 years or so.
Yeah, and when I say it changed my life, it really did, because I'm thinking my whole life in a different way because of FAWM, really. And the first year, it was the 21st of February that I heard about FAWM. So you can imagine, I had exactly, it was the Sunday night, I think. And I thought, well, god damn, this this sounds like an excellent idea. I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna write my album in 7 days, and I did. But I was going so late to the game that I pretty much just I didn't get any comments. I was recording, like I said, I was recording everything with Audacity, and that was an interesting experience.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, but I wasn't really thinking like, oh, I need to get more comments or this was fun, and I didn't feel the community or something, because I never really cared about that sort of things. I'm somewhat of a loner myself, so I just thought that was super awesome. I want to do that right now again. And I waited till July, and then I heard about 5090, and started doing that. But that really didn't go anywhere until last year.
Right. Well, we're glad that you found us and came aboard, and I with the similar story as far as songwriting goes. I won't say that changed my life, but I can't imagine being in the band I'm in now, or writing the songs I'm writing, or anything of that nature without FAWM being around. So I too am very thankful that I stumbled across the site, and I've met some amazing friends. I know I already mentioned several of them that are just wonderful. The Toronto crew, the Wisconsin crew. I mean, it's just amazing, the community and the people I've gone up and met and traveled across the states to meet. And Helen came from the UK, and I mean, it's been really crazy. Whether it's just online or in person, meeting fellow FAWMers, and how tight of a community it can be.
Yeah.
So
I'm living in Oulu. This is pretty of
a
bit of a small town, the north side of Finland, and there's a lot of north side to Finland. But it I don't really, if there's one FAWMer that's from Oulu, in addition to me, I haven't met him.
Right. Yeah.
But,
well, it's up to you to start recruiting then.
Well, yeah. That's
it's harder. It's harder than it sounds.
Daunting idea. Well,
yeah.
Speaking of music, let's listen something here. I think we have a song queued up. This is from Don Livio, and it's a song called Aaron. So there we go. Dan Livio and Erim.
Yeah, good song.
So I hope that woke you up. Or if you're Tim Fatrin, maybe
Put you to
that.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
People in
woke
the
me
chat
up.
were complaining that the music was way too loud for the talking. So I dropped that a little bit. Hope that's a little better now. If it isn't, just tell us, because we have no idea what we're doing here. We're just flying blind. We don't have producers. I'm producing this as I'm casting, so that's a disaster waiting to happen.
That's all right. We're doing it for FAWM.
Yeah.
So.
The production in this song was excellent. I think the guitar sounded really fantastic.
Yeah, I love the guitar sound. That was cool.
And in general, it really had some punch to the track, the drums and I think it's I've heard a lot of songs like that sort of metal type of song in the internet lately, the few last years, and I think there was Toon Tracks was having some sort of competition earlier. I don't think it was this year. It was maybe December. Or was it, or something like? Well, whatever. But they were having this metal competition that you post your metal song, your original metal track, and you can win some prizes. And I posted one of my songs there, thinking like, okay, well, this is metal. This is one of those Iron Maiden type of tracks. And of course, they didn't even pick it to be one of the candidates. Because the rest of the songs were like this Dan Livio's track, which really crisp and heavy-hitting sounds, and that sort of grinding through your skull.
Right. Yeah. No, that song especially, it really was, like you said, not only was it powerful, but it was clear. And I actually ran across that one on Saturday, and it woke me up Saturday for today. So it was a good one.
Yes. Fantastic. Let me see here. So, what do you think farmers or farmlings should know about farm? There have been a lot of discussion on forums concerning farmlings and some things like the challenges, skirmishes.
Yeah, I've kind of avoided the advice for farmlings threads, the one on the Facebook group and the one in the forum. I haven't read either one of them. I just, when people ask questions in the forum, especially the last day going in and on Saturday and Sunday, I try to answer quickly and knowledgeably and bring Burr or Eric's attention to, if there's a possible issue. And so that's what I try to help the newbies with. Really, you have to do it. I mean, there's good advice out there. There's a lot of good advice. But really, you have to do FAWM before you really figure out what it is, because it's a self-challenge. And so it'll be different for me than it is for you or for somebody else. And your first one, a lot of people, I mean, the best advice really is just be as involved as possible in as many community activities as you can, whether it's skirmishes or games or just on the forum or whatever, in the chat room. The more you get involved, the more help you can have when there's issues, whether it's encouragement to keep writing or whether it's, somebody add a bass track to the song or whatever it is. Collaboration, all of that stuff becomes possible when you actually are active in the community.
Yeah, two of the things that really have been helpful to me are the skirmishes, because I would never have finished 5090 last year or some of the forums I've done if not for the skirmishes, because they really just force you to make something, and usually it's you just have to get into the state of mind that you have to record something and then just let go, because you can't keep trying to perfect the thing you're trying to get produced in that time.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of farmlings this year. In fact, there are 1,800 farmers total, and 800 of them are first-year farmers.
Wow.
So that's quite a bit of newbies out there who might not know the reins yet, but they will. Believe me, they will.
Definitely, yeah. The skirmishes for me, it's kind of odd, especially this year. I did the first two on Saturday, and I had an issue with my recording interface, and so I just used a mic, a handheld recorder. So the quality is, crap. But I'm not really disliking that first song. Now the second one, I was able to use the recording stuff, and it turned out, as far as production-wise, a lot better. And it was interesting. Both songs were, kind of different takes. Like, they're not kind of angles or subjects that I would have written about otherwise.
Yeah.
So part of the appeal of what appeals to me for the skirmishes are really, you never know what you're going to get, and coming up with that different angle or that different viewpoint on the title. And I try to always not take the standard road, although I don't always hold true to that. But and I know I commented in the forum thread about it, but for a long time I wrote songs in about an hour, and then the idea is to go back and polish them. But so the skirmish isn't that much quicker for me, other than the recording aspect. So it's very, very difficult for me for in an hour or an hour and 10 minutes to get a drum track, a bass track, electric guitar track, or whatever it is, all together sounding halfway decent and put up. To get the song written, sometimes it takes me longer, but that wasn't the issue for me. And I know somebody was basically calling all skirmish songs inferior or whatever, and that kind of rubbed me raw a little bit. I can see the point. When you get, let's say you get 20 songs written all at once on a title you weren't expecting and you haven't thought about it, it's going to be hard to have good production. It's going to be hard to have every rhyme be great. But some of those skirmish songs, especially in the past, there have been skirmishes where I've sat there and listened to all the songs, commented on all the songs, and not been disappointed in a single one. So I don't think the quality is much different than just the standard random sampling.
Yes.
So
okay.
You got the.
Well, I mean,
gotcha.
I definitely have written some skirmish songs that have turned out to be my favorites from Bunch, but that's just me. Maybe some people just can't function in that state of mind. But so let's listen to something by one of our favorite people in the world. It is a song called So Far From Everything, and it was written by Roberta.
This isn't me. This isn't my life. I don't know who left it here. Don't look at me. Ignore the mess. This isn't me. This isn't me. This isn't me. It's so far from what I want to be. So far from what I thought I could be. So far from what I want to do. So far from everything.
So Far From Everything by Roberta.
Yeah, good
Fantastic.
song.
It was you actually suggested that one.
Yeah. One of the first songs I listened to this fall, and it just struck me immediately, and just I don't know. Sometimes you listen to a song, and you just immediately like the lyric and the melody and the performance, and I really liked her vocal on that one. She said she had a slight cold, a raw voice or something, and I thought it was perfect for that song.
So you should work on that, Roberta. Just try to have more raw voice in general.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds very beautiful. I mean, the way the guitar and the voice like intertwine, they sort of balance each other out, and they work in a. It's the whole of the song that's really made it work. I mean, if you just played guitar and if you even had another singer there, that wouldn't be the same. It was definitely worked as it was.
Yeah. It was a good demo.
Oh, absolutely. Then the other thing we were talking about is the what was it? The help me out here. The things that FAWMlings should know about the collaborations. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That I was mentioning earlier. And I've done a couple of collaborations earlier, and one of the bigger ones we did was with Dr. Rohkoi. I don't know if he's actually a doctor, but there you go. And it was this 18-minute long prog song. He did all the keyboards for that, and that was really fun. And that was actually what we did was I wrote a minute of my own material and then sent it to him. Then he wrote a minute of his own and sent it back to me, and so on. We kept like adding things at the end, and then when we thought that okay, this is ready now, then I recorded some bass to it, and he wrote lyrics, and I sang them. So that was a fun collaboration, but it doesn't always have to be like that, and it rarely, I think, is. It's more or less my other collaborations have been like, I write music, and then I ask some person to do something like a violin for a track or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the collaboration can be interesting, and Nancy Rost has a blog on her music page on the internet that kind of talks about collaboration. I think it's pretty valuable. I don't know the link right off, but if you Google Nancy Rost, you can reach that. And one of the points that she made was every opportunity to collaborate can be different, and it's sometimes even if you do it the same way. Let's say I do lyric and you do music, and we do that 3 times. Each collaboration could be a little different. Mm-hmm. And what I liked about the collaboration between you and the doctor was the way you went back and forth on the music, and that kind of creates a different aspect than the way normally things happen on FAWM. Is somebody either asks for or has a lyric, and then somebody else does the music. So it's more like a half and half. Like I do something and then you do something. Yeah. And when you went back and forth the music, it was really cool to see the interaction between 2 musicians and then tackle the lyric and the vocals.
Yeah, so, that was the thing. It was actually me who suggested that, because as a kid, sometimes we had this sort of. Because I'm big on drawing also, so we had with other kids we had these sort of games that I draw something in this picture and then I hand over the picture and the other kid draws something else there, and that was always super fun to me. So I thought, if we do a song like that, what's it gonna be like? And it turned out not half bad.
Oh, pretty good, yeah, good song.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much running out of time here. These are going to be really snappy, quick little casts, and I want to remind you that starting tomorrow, we'll be starting the casts 30 minutes later than we did today. So that'll be our regular time.
Thankfully, 30 minutes later.
Yes, indeed. But yes, that pretty much wraps it up. We're gonna play one more song here to top this cast off, and it's another really wonderful song. I think this was by a FAWMling, actually. It's from Jivin 2709, or I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Javin. But it's this little mellow track called "Roam the World," and you'll hear it in a moment. But yeah, that's all we have for you today, and we hope you join us tomorrow, Wednesday, and that'll be 11:30 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So we'll see you then.
Thanks, Januarius, and thanks for everybody for listening.
Yeah. So until next time, write some great songs, peoples.
To save my life, but even if I die along the wall with you, I'm your shade, you'll be my shine. And even if I die along the wall with you, even if I die along the wall with you, but I'm still running away. Getting what I want feels like I'm where I should be, so I can't stop running away. But even if I die, I know I'm home with you. Even if I die, I'll roam the world with you. Desperate lungs breathe in new life, and I'm seeing all I've heard but never seen. My battered mind's buried by good nights, dream to fill all that's bright and new. Now even if I die, I'll roam the world with you, though I'm still running away. Getting what I want feels like I'm where I should be, so I can't stop running away. But even if I die, I know I'm home with you. If I die, I'll roam the world with you. I'm still ever running away. He's getting what I want, feels like I'm where I shouldn't be, so I can't stop running away. But even if I die, I know I'm home with you. I can't stop running away. He's getting what I want, feels like I'm where I shouldn't be, and I can feel